Hey, how's it going? Back for another daily check-in and still down here in Dorset, enjoying the sunshine. And today actually we took a trip over just outside Dorchester, which isn't far from where we're staying actually, to Thomas Hardy's house, the cottage where he was born and grew up. And it was quite interesting really. I'm not that familiar with his work, far from the Madding Crowd I'm quite familiar with, but more so the film than the book itself, which I think I remember reading when I was at school, but certainly the film made more of an impression upon me. But it was, what was interesting was the cottage itself was fabulous. It was a National Trust place. We just rejoined as members, lapsed over the last few months. We kind of do enjoy going out to do a bit of national trusting from time to time. And we we went to the cottage, and the cottage itself is set in these grounds, and the grounds are like woodland, and there's like a big pond and just loads of wildlife. It's just kind of a really interesting place. And reading up, kind of, when you're there, you read the bits and bobs that it tells you all about Thomas Hardy, and he wrote, certainly got a lot of his ideas from that. I don't think he did that much writing. I think he might, no, I think he actually wrote Far from the Madding Crowd in that place. So obviously he did do a bit of writing, but the point was he got a lot of inspiration from walking around the grounds. And this was kind of the thing that struck me today. Not something that I'm unfamiliar with. I often get inspiration, not to write best-selling novels particularly, but inspiration for ideas, talks, books, business projects, all sorts of different things when I'm out of my normal environment, and particularly when I'm on the move, when I'm walking. Although nothing kind of jumped out at me today, maybe it's just too hot or too noisy with the kids around, but it did kind of make me realise that one of the things I think I could perhaps benefit from when I get back into the thick of it next week is setting myself aside a couple, or more than a couple, a series of half to full days out where I just focus on writing. And I know that I've spoken in the past where I like to do just a bit here and a bit there. That does kind of work for me quite well, but also I think by getting away somewhere, by going somewhere like I can get to Henley or to Marlow, from where I am very, very easily, places that I'm familiar with so I kind of know where I go. There's just so many different kind of cool places, even National Trust places that I could get out to and just sit and write, just get the laptop out, get a coffee on the go and just sit and write. And just spend half a day to a full day out doing that. Just block it off as if I were either on holiday or with doing a coaching day with somebody, or out giving a presentation. I would not be accessible in those situations, since there's no difference me blocking off time for myself and to do these kind of writing days. So that was kind of the thing that came to me today. The other thing I'm going to put into action when I get back on Monday, and it'll just be a case of scheduling those days in and just making sure nothing else gets booked in. Generally speaking, Wednesdays and Thursdays are pretty good for those sorts of things, so I shall make sure that happens. There was something else that happened today, and this is kind of sparked off another series of ideas, or not ideas, but responses within me, which I think will be interesting to take apart in these daily videos, but not for today's. But the thing that happened was I had an inquiry come through from Diana, DBA, my speaking agent, asking if I'm free for a couple of potential dates in September. So just literally next month, about 5 weeks away. Asking if I would potentially be up for doing a talk or presentation. I think it might even be a Sport England thing. I'm not entirely sure actually what the engagement is, but she's put my name forward, and we just wanted to check on my availability. It does sound like it could be interesting, even though I don't have all the details of it at the moment, and there's no guarantee that I will be doing it. But that was a bit of a lift, bit of a boost, but at the same time a kind of interesting response, inward response to that text message when it came through earlier this morning. And I'll talk about that probably when I get back, when I've had an opportunity to process it all. Not particularly awesome response, I must admit, but I think it'll take a little bit of thinking time for me to kind of put those thoughts into order. I have a suspicion as to where it comes from and what it is. And I'm being a bit too kind of cryptic and and off. This probably doesn't make any sense at the moment, so I'm going to stop right now, but I will come back to this point. When I get back to work properly next week and get back to my usual environment for doing these videos as well. So there we go, there's my check-in for the day. Summary: more walking, more thinking, more getting out of my environment, more spending half day to full days out doing the work to get this book written, as well as the other projects that I'm working on at the moment. So there we go, there's my check-in for the day. Subscribe, do all those good things, and I will be back again tomorrow with another daily update. Bye for now.